Hello folks, Pokegirl 2017 with you today, and today I am doing something a little bit different. I am going to review a 3DS game. I'll probably be doing reviews for 3DS games until I can figure out a way to actually show game footage of the games I have, which I apologize for in advance. But let's get right into it. This is Corpse Party, which was developed using RPG Maker and was released in 1996. It is a survival horror adventure Dojin soft video game. It was followed by two remakes. Corpse Party Blood Covered, which was released in 2008 for the Microsoft 8, and Corpse Party Blood Covered Repeated Fear for the PlayStation Portable in 2010. It was also released on a few others, which I can't recall, and there was also a sequel made, I believe, called, I don't remember, I am so sorry. Anyways, this was finally released this year for the 3DS, and I actually managed to get the Back to School edition, which comes with two of the characters as little figurines and a soundtrack of the game music, which I would play for you, but I really don't want to take it out of the plastic. Anyways, sorry. So, anyways, the plot is basically it is set in an alternate history with events taking place primarily in Tokyo, Japan. And it starts out at Heavenly Host Elementary School, which was a elementary school that was torn down following the murders and disappearances of several of staff and students. In its place, a high school was built, which is where our lovely characters come from. And basically what happens is it is the end of a school day, school fair, I believe, and one of the students is moving away. So as a sort of going away present, one of their school president asks the teacher if they can do an occult charm, which is the Sakio Ever After charm, which when done correctly means that everybody present will remain friends forever. And how the charm goes, as far as their knowledge, is they have to say Sachiko. I am sorry, I'm trying to remember. Sachiko, we beg of you. And they have to say it one time for everybody in the group. So I believe that's 9 times for the characters. However, what they don't know is that the charm is actually a trap. When said, it will transport them to Heavenly Host Elementary, which, because of the gruesome murders and disappearances that took place, has been created into its own sort of dimension, sort of a purgatory for the spirits who were murdered, which were obviously students. And they find themselves broken into small groups because the interesting thing is about this school is not only does it not supposed to exist and does, I don't even mind the fact that it's haunted, but it is broken up into its own spaces, meaning that while people could be in the same part of the school, it doesn't necessarily mean that they would actually see each other because they're in different spaces, possibly even standing in different parts of time, which is, I will admit, when I first started the game, was a little confusing, but you catch on fairly easy. So what they have to do is, not only do they have to try to regroup and dodge the ghosts, because there are remains and spirits of people who have previously used this charm and been transported to the school. Some of them help you. Some of them obviously aren't so benevolent. And as they make their way through, they are put through many, many challenges, some that even test their sanity. And they are pretty much on a quest to solve the mysteries of this school and find a way to return home. As they go about doing so, losing some of them in the process, because as with any good survival game, people have to die, they discover that everything is based over this girl. A very, very interesting figure, don't you think? Now, without giving too much away, I will say the gameplay is very good. It is very story-oriented, so this is more of an adventure for people who love a deep, dark story. The gameplay as well is pretty decent. When I play a game, I'm more into the story than the actual gameplay. So most of the reviews that I do will be mostly story-based games, except for Pokemon, because those are like half and half. You can't really have the story without the gameplay, obviously. Which I will be reviewing Sun and Moon when they come out. Hopefully, maybe even a little game footage. Alright, but back on track. So, what I'm going to try to do is I am going to try to attempt to show you a little footage. Not exactly sure how this is going to work, but let's find out. Alright, let's get into it. I actually started playing this, and then an hour into the game, I end up messing up, because the other thing about this game is that there are numerous wrong endings. So if you do something in the wrong order, if you go to a place before you're supposed to, you will get a wrong ending, and you will have to start all over, which is why I have yet to restart the game. So when you do play, you want to be very, very careful of what you do first. As you heard a few minutes ago, you heard the music of the game, and the introduction that they give you is fairly cool. See if we can, there we go. So that's the school. Those are obviously some interesting figures. There is your starring cast of the 4 unfortunate students who will get trapped within the school. Another interesting figure. The girl with the glasses comes into play fairly quite often, I would say. You can see there are the remains of other people. Very cool. Alright, now let's get into this. And as you can see, it's also broken down into chapters. You start each chapter as you go along. I actually have to redo the chapter. But this is just how it goes. Now, mind you, I am doing this backward. Yes. Yes, we want to view the opening. And as you can see, it tells you information about the current character that you are to play. Like right now we have Satoshi Muchira. Very mysterious. It's a very neat little game. Alright. Come on now. Oh, we went to a red screen. Very ominous. Well, on the camera it kind of looks orangey, but... So, like I said, it's a very interesting game. If you can get the back to school edition, you will get the very cute figurines, CD, and you will get to experience a game that, for once, is not for children. And I do repeat, this is not for children. If for whatever reason you don't mind your kid playing this kind of a game, I guess that's all well and good. But like I said, this is rated mature for 17 and up. But I know kids nowadays tend to play games that are for the more mature audiences. I will say, when I learned about Nintendo coming out with this, I was surprised. It's very rare that they do a mature-based game. I know they're more geared towards every generation, but they try to steer more towards the younger generation than the older. So yeah, I would have to, if I was going to give it a rating between 1 through 10, it would be a solid 9. I would say 10, but I've yet to meet a game that I would give a solid 10. There are just, there are different mechanics and reasons. All in all, it's a very nice game. So, if I've piqued your interest, there you have it. If you would like to see game footage of this, let me know. Like I said, I will do my best to try. I can try playing my 3DS with it facing the computer, or I can try recording it off my phone. But yes, if you want to see footage of this, just let me know. If you have any 3DS games in mind you would like me to review, maybe try to do a little gameplay of, let me know in the comments, and I will do my best to fill those requests. In the meantime, have fun. And don't do no occult charms. You never know what can happen.